Have you ever wondered why creativity seems to flow like a river, unbounded and free, while at other times it feels as stagnant as a puddle? Could it be that creativity's true essence lies in freedom? Delving into the realms of deterministic and free systems may hold some answers. A deterministic system is like a well-oiled machine, operating with precision and predictability. It's a system where outcomes are strictly determined by their initial conditions, a cause and effect relationship that leaves no room for deviation. Think, for instance, of today's computer programs, which operate under a set of predefined instructions, always producing the same result given the same input. It's efficient, yes, but is it creative? Of course, not all computers should work like that. Someday computers will introduce random mutations on purpose, like, for example, so-called evolutionary or genetic algorithms do. That will be another quality leap in our future computer programming, when we will introduce some purposeful freedom in their decision-making process. But let us leave that for another talk. Currently, please contrast the deterministic nature of our today's computers with a free system that embraces unpredictability and spontaneity. Here, outcomes aren't bound by a rigid cause and effect relationship. Instead, they emerge from a complex interplay of factors, often resulting in novel and unexpected solutions. It's within this realm of uncertainty, novelty, and freedom that creativity thrives. Creativity can exist only in an environment of freedom where choice and change are possible. The essence of creativity lies in its break from the past, in the leap into uncharted territory. For instance, scientific breakthroughs often occur not by following the well-trodden paths, but by venturing into unknown. Think of the discovery of the structure of DNA by Watson and Crick, an example of such creativity. It was not merely an archival retrieval of known biological structures. Rather, it was an innovative leap made possible by the freedom to explore and hypothesize beyond the existing scientific dogma. Or consider the disruptive art of Picasso, who used his freedom to distort and reinterpret reality, giving birth to Cubism. In the realm of the arts, creativity manifests as a departure from conventional expressions to give life to something entirely new and original. Artists like Pablo Picasso disrupted the art world not by copying but by using their freedom to distort and reinterpret reality, giving rise to new forms of expression. In technology, this concept of freedom is equally crucial. The development of the Internet, for example, was a result of creative thinking in a free and open research environment where scientists could experiment and innovate beyond the constraints of existing telecommunications paradigms. It wasn't born or copied out of a pre-existing and deterministic model, but emerged from a free and open research environment. So it seems that creativity finds its home in freedom. The essence of creativity lies in its break from the past, in the leap into uncharted territory. A deterministic system, with its predictability and reliance on existing data, is fundamentally incapable of such creative leaps. It can only copy. It may echo the past, but it's the free systems that hold the key to future innovations. In essence, creativity is not a mere replication or retrieval of existing designs, but an exploration into the unknown, a journey made possible by the freedom to choose, to experiment and to innovate. It is therefore safe to conclude that creativity can only exist in an environment of freedom. Thus, if a system is creative, it must possess at least some internal freedom. It must be free, at least to some degree. Otherwise, it just copies. Thus, if we are creative, we are free. True creativity flourishes exclusively within free systems, environments where agents have the autonomy to explore and implement novel solutions. This freedom is the bedrock of genuine creativity, distinguishing it from mere replication or retrieval of existing designs that characterizes deterministic systems. In deterministic systems, outcomes are preordained based on initial conditions and the laws governing the system. Such environments are predictive and replicative. They lack the element of novelty because every action and its outcome are already encoded somewhere within the system's parameters. Conversely, free systems are characterized by their openness to unpredictability and potential for spontaneous order. These systems are not bound by a strict causal pathway. Instead, they have the ability to generate outcomes that are not directly predictable from their initial states. It is this characteristic that underpins the capacity for true creativity. Within such systems, agents, whether individuals, groups, or larger entities, can make choices that deviate from the norm, thereby fostering the development of truly novel ideas and solutions. In conclusion, creativity can only thrive in an atmosphere of freedom, a system where entities are free to choose and explore new possibilities. Otherwise, they're just copying. Freedom is essential for the genesis of ideas that are truly novel and transformative. Deterministic systems, with their predictability and reliance on existing data, are fundamentally incapable of such creativity. They are confined to echoing the past, while free systems are the cradle of future innovations. In order to be creative, we must be free. If we are creative, we are by necessity free. Call it free will or other words, but if we recognize things around us as creatively developed, we must recognize that we were free in our artistic choices. Only free beings could have created that. A word of caution for those who equate chaos with creativity. That misunderstanding often arises from a romanticization of plain randomness, as if great ideas are mere accidents of fate. While randomness plays a role in creativity, most advances are the result of hard work and deliberate practice. It's not just chaos. True creativity involves a deep engagement with the material at hand and a systematic approach to pushing boundaries. Moreover, structured creativity is not just about producing work that is novel, but also about work that is valuable and makes a meaningful contribution to society. For example, architects design buildings using both creative vision and structural integrity requirements. These limitations do not stifle their creativity, but guide it to ensure safety and functionality. While embedded in a really big chaos, there might be islands of some interesting structures somewhere. They are not easy to find. So, it would be difficult to imagine that our modern cars are somehow unarchived from the big pre-existing chaos, rather than created by free and creative engineers to suit our needs and purposes. Let me conclude by saying once more, existence of creative products is the best proof of freedom we enjoy. Slaves cannot create, they can only copy. We hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Until the next time, goodbye.